you know, after 20 something years in the fight game, that's what you get with Dana is that he's now a presence at the press conferences, and what he has to say is, um, news and compelling, and people want to see him, and he's part of the show. At the end of the day, he's as famous as Canelo and probably more famous than Terence Crawford. Maybe not after last night, but Dana is a celebrity at this point in the fight game, 20, 25 years in. But for me, this fight, absolutely, he didn't add anything to it, and he didn't need to be there. It's not his fight. This was a fight that, you know, boxing had to make because boxing was, you know, every once in a while they need to give the people something they want. This has been talked about for several years. And, you've got some of the money players that are there. They gave the Dana's backers are the same backers that gave Canelo 100 million for this fight. So it's all good, but Dana could have bought himself a ticket and had as much to do with making this fight as anything else. Um, I again, the, the way boxing is structured, the way the contracts are structured, almost every major fighter out there, especially the top 10 guys that are draws that people are interested in, they're all going to be controlled by somebody else's contract. And to get them out of that contract is going to be a lot of money. So Dana would be kind of starting from scratch. And if they had been serious about doing boxing, they'd have been doing, similar to what Bob Arum did a few years ago, where he actually went in and raided the Olympics and signed every Olympic guy that had any flash or any promise, and they owned them all. And what does that mean? He still owns them, right? Um, you would have gone to the amateur ranks, found the guys with promise, started signing them up, turned them pro, and started having them fight every 2 months, get their records built up, get as much publicity as possible behind the cards, and start looking for stars and getting a name out there. He's not doing the work in boxing that he did in UFC, and it's mainly because I think two reasons. First of all, it's hard to go back to the basics when you've been to the top. And then number two is that he's not capable of it contract wise. The guys are all taken. So this idea that, yeah, if somebody comes up to Eddie Hearn and says, Eddie, let's say Anthony Joshua is still worth a crap, which, he's not much anymore. Um, but Eddie, we need Joshua. Eddie's gonna say, okay, what are you gonna pay? And he gets his big percentage.